What is up, everybody? What is up? I hope you're all doing well. Today's topic, we're gonna talk about trend lines, how to draw them, how they can benefit you in your day-to-day trading, what you can do, where to place them, and all that fun stuff. So let's get straight into it. Um, Let me go to a cleaner chart for you guys. This is a very messy one. Let me find something very clean for you guys. Euro USD. There we go. Get that there. Zoom in. All right, guys. Trend lines is basically to help you catch the flow of the market. Of course, always do your markup and analysis on higher time frame. Never do it on smaller time frame, just because you'll get faked out, and it's just not as strong. So what I always tend to do is 4 hours and 1 hour for trend lines and stuff like this. So how to draw them, where to draw them, and how they can help us in our day-to-day trading. So what I like to do is, let me give you, we've got a bullish market structure over here. So let's say the market is right here right now, right? And it forms the first low. And now it finished and formed our first high, and then it retraced, went back up, and retraced again, went back up. So you always take your trend line, and always from the wick. Trend lines, always draw them from the wick to the future, because then that makes it very valid trend line. Just because the wicks are very important when it comes to trend line, because the market's been there, right? The market has reached that point before and will most probably reach it again. So look what happened here, for example. The market wicked a little bit here, never touched our trend line, but when it came back and touched our trend line, it matched perfectly with previous wicks. So this is why trend line a very powerful tool we can use. If we saw this and then we saw this rejection here, you could have took a long position, slammed it right there, 1, 2, 3, whatever your stop loss is, whatever your analysis is, and boom, take profit, got hit. That's a very clean 1, 2, 3 risk reward, beautiful trade, in and out quickly. Now, when do we get out? Look what happened here. The market rejected a little bit, it played a little bit, but then it broke out. And once it broke out of the trend line, it did a mini retest. It never reached our trend line though, because why? Because if you look to the left of it, it formed a new trend line for us that we can draw here. So from the wick to the wick onto the future, just like that. Now, the reason why I say from the wick to the wick is because for a trend line to be valid, there needs to be a minimum of 2 points connected to the trend line. For example, we have our point 1 right here, point 2 right here. Boom. A minimum of 2 touches for a trend line to be valid. So we got our first touch, our second touch, onto the future. Similar thing we have here, from the wick to the second wick, which is point B. So we got our point A, point B, we got our point A here, we got our point B, onto the future. So this is how you can honestly trade trend lines and how to use them in day-to-day trading. Even here, if you want to draw a trend line from the high to the low, and look what we have here. We have a very clean, a little bit of a retest, and then the market shot up. So, and I can go on and on, place many trend lines, and the market would make sense in why the market is flowing that way, right? You can do something like this where you draw a trend line from the bottom of it, which gives you like a channel type of thing, point A to point B, which is there. So we kind of see that the market has been touching and ranging between these 2 trend lines, but every time it goes lower, it's widening and it's widening. And trend line honestly works different than support and resistance line, because support and resistance lines, the more the price has touched support and resistance lines, the weaker it gets. So if the price touches a trend line many times, it eventually gets weak and then it will break. However, on trend lines, the more touches it has, the stronger it is. So in this case, we have only two touches before the market broke and then shot up. Similar thing here, we have touch one, touch two before a break, a retest. This scenario, we have touch one, touch two, and we don't have a break yet. So honestly, I just think that USD will probably play out within this range. We do have a level of support here, so we could possibly see some rejection of this level for a little bit of a retest. So the market could do something like this and then maybe break, or it could be just a little bit of a retest for a continuation to the upside. So that's what I have for Euro USD. This is how you can trade your support and resistance. You can always take a 1 to 3, always stop loss just above the highs, nothing too crazy. Target the next low. I mean, this could be in a 1 to 2, very beautiful trade. This is 113 pips, guys. This is very huge on a decent lot size. So this is how you trade support and resistance. You got touch one, you pull your trend line. When the market comes back and rejects off the trend line, you place another trade and you ride it up. Stop loss just below the lows, and there you have it. You have a very perfect clean break and a retest on Euro USD. So that's how you can trade trend lines. Just a quick little video explaining trend lines. Look at it as, imagine swimming in a river against the river flow. It's going to be very difficult, and you're going to get tired really quickly. It's not going to be you're not going to do well. But imagine swimming with imagine swimming with the river flow, with the same direction. It will just be a much easier swim, and you'll go further. So that's how I like to look at trend lines and why I like to trade with the trend. This is why the number one rule in trading is always follow the trend and trade with the trend. There is ways to trade against the trade, like for counter trend lines and mini retests and mini pullbacks. If you would like to see a video about that, please make sure to let me know in the comments, and I will definitely make a video about that. And if you want to know how and why I put my support and resistance right here, please do check a video I did yesterday about support and resistance, where to put them, how to put them, and why they're valid, what makes the support and resistance line valid and what doesn't. And yeah, guys, I would really appreciate a subscribe, a like, so that it can reach more people and help as many people as we can. At the end of the day, this is how I trade. This is my opinion, and this is honestly, it's been very well, and it's it works. It works for me. So I hope this works for you too. And yeah, that's it for today's topic. Just a quick little video explaining trend lines and all that fun stuff. So however, if you do have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll come back to you. I'll reply to you guys. And yeah, dude, I mean, have a good night. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.